World Coaching. It's time for Sunday's sermon, and I hope you're each having an incredible week, a very happy weekend so far, and that life and you are going well. I am recording this. I'm now in Brussels. I am midway between house and pet sitting locations. The past month, I've been in Southwest Spain, month and a half actually, and yeah, it was amazing, amazing. It opened up so much for me. So many gorgeous, beautiful synchronicities, incredible people met, animals, etc. I'm just so grateful for all of it. And after this, I go on to another country before I then come back to Europe and go elsewhere. I've been invited back by another family who I have house and pet sat for before. And, with all of this, I've been thinking recently about just this beautiful path, and really being grateful, really appreciating, and being able to see it for what it is, how far I've come, how much my life has changed exponentially once I really, and it's not just with all this traveling, but, elsewhere in my path as well, just how much things have changed and opened up for me when I finally gave myself the gift of letting go, of receiving healing, help, support, knowing I didn't need to do everything on my own. For a long time in my life, I've always been really independent, and something I pride myself on. Still, there is still a part of me that likes knowing I can take care of myself, and that I am very capable. And it's been interesting because there comes a balance between all of that and remembering that, just because we can do everything on our own doesn't mean we need to. Part of what happened for me, and it's something I have been able to help so many of my incredible, beautiful clients with, and others, such as family, friends, colleagues, work colleagues, past workplaces, is really being able to see and to remember that there is nothing wrong with asking for help, that there is nothing wrong with seeking support. What can happen, when there is a place and space where we can be so proud and happy for the fact that we can take care of ourselves. And there's nothing wrong with that in and of itself, obviously. But part of what can take place is this space where that pride in taking care of ourselves extends over to not accepting help when actually we really need it, and actually when it's okay, when it's really, really okay, and when parts of ourselves can be crying out for that help and support also. It took me, I'm going to be honest, it took me a long while, from the point, from where I am now, when I think back to when I really first began diving in and receiving support for my own path, my own healing with life issues, spiritual issues, and so on. When I started all of that, it did take me a little while to get to the point where it felt comfortable. I personally needed to get to the point where I fully realized that nothing else was going to do it for me. At that stage in my life, I was one of those people that needed almost to hit rock bottom for things to get really, really bad before I would finally say, okay, I need help. And, we all have our own ways of dealing with life, dealing with things we can go through, our experiences. And, it's not to say that you don't need to hit rock bottom. Sometimes maybe rock bottom is part of what you need. So you can just get really fed up. So you can finally say fully with every fiber of your being that you've had enough, and it's time to move on. I'm grateful for me that it's gotten to the point where I don't need to hit rock bottom anymore. And I know fully that there is nothing wrong with accepting help and asking for help, asking for support. I do it all the time now, whenever I need to. I did so actually earlier today for something. I asked for help from Source and my spirit team, and I'm already receiving signs of how that help is coming to me. I've already received a message from someone about it. And, I have no qualms with asking for help. I have no qualms asking for help. I have no qualms admitting to myself when, I can't do it all on my own. Sometimes, other times, I could achieve things. I could do certain tasks by myself, but it will just go so much faster if I have that support there. And, and I'm really grateful to be at this point in my life, because it means that any difficulties I face, any issues, any of my own blocks or resistance, because believe me, every healer out there, every coach, every teacher, we all have our own stuff too, and it's not to say that we don't have fears or things that come up for us. It's just that the level of those fears change and are different. And we have the tools and skill sets needed to immediately know what will help us. And we can either heal and help ourselves directly, or we are able to recognize, okay, this is when I need to get someone in to help me. And we're able to do it that much more quickly, which alleviates lots of issues that could happen otherwise. So yeah, and so it's amazing for me to be at the point, and I'm so grateful for it, to know that not only do I have the skills and skill sets needed and techniques so that I can help myself through things. I know how to do it for me. But also I'm able to recognize that much faster and quicker when really I will benefit from having someone to help me. And as soon as I do that, whether it's another person, maybe me getting support from a coach or a healer, whatever it is, or, like I did earlier today, going straight to Source and my spirit team. The gift for me in doing that straight away, as soon as I recognize, and I can feel and I can sense that, this is something I'm going to need help with, because I don't delay, because I don't, let things drag out the way I used to. It means that the resolution to those issues, problems, and so on come that much faster also. And it means that I can release stuff that much more quickly. It means that I can move through whatever it is I need to move through that much faster. And it means that because I'm giving myself these gifts, so much more quickly of release, letting go, moving through healing, receiving support when and as I need it. Because I'm doing all that and I'm not delaying on it, I'm not letting, any fears or worries get in the way of me receiving the help that I know that I need and I deserve. And because of all of that, it means that I'm able to move through things so much more quickly, and it means that I'm able to welcome in the incredible things that, all that healing and release has created room for, such as abundance, such as financial success, money success, such as happy, healthier relationships, such as a happy, healthier me, my business dreams, my goals, love. It all comes down to love, as the Beatles sang, love, 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 Da, da, da. Love, love, love. All we need is love. There's a reason for that. And it's that love really does help us transcend. Love really does help us transform. And welcoming in love and the ways and the aspects and ways that I've been able to do that for me and that I do all the time, it really has changed and shifted things for me so much more. And I'm forever grateful, always grateful for all of this and for being able to realize how easy it actually can be. Once I give myself the gift of receiving help, receiving support, knowing it's not wrong if I do. I don't have to be Superwoman. You don't have to be Superwoman. You don't have to be Superman. It's okay to have this support. And it's okay to make that support happen. To go from something that deep down you would like and actually making it happen for you. There's something incredible that happens when we do that. And not only, as I've already, shared, and I know I've spoken about this in other videos as well, it's not only, it's beautiful when we do, but it's not only that, we release and let things go so we can create space for all we would like to come in, but also it feels really good. Right? It feels really good. Whenever I take steps, whenever I take action, and I move forward with my dreams, I make sure that I have, if I need support, that I get that support in place, that I call upon Source and my spirit team to help me, and I integrate all the parts of me and my higher self as well. It just feels really good. And, all the parts that make me, I can feel my spirit team as well cheering me on. And, all the parts that make me are cheering me on too. When I say all the parts that make me, I mean my energy. I mean all the places and spaces where I have stored memories. Pieces of myself that have been with me from the beginning, a lot of them. I can feel them cheering for me as well. And it makes me really proud. It makes me feel happy that I've done this, that things are no longer the big deal that they once were, and that I am able to move through any issues or difficulties so much more quickly, oftentimes the same day, or in minutes, rather than hours, days, weeks, months, years, which honestly is how it used to be for certain things in my life when I think back. And so, yeah, it's changed. So much has changed for me, and I'm so grateful for all of it every step of the way. I received a healing session earlier this week, and with another woman from another Facebook group, and I'm so grateful. Again, with all of this, I'm grateful as well that I listened when a voice within me, I could feel a little gentle nudge. She was sharing an offer she had to receive a session, and something told me, do it. Sign up for this. I wasn't going to, quite honestly, but something deep within me said, you need to do this. And, and it was interesting because her name is the same as my younger sister's. And when I could recognize and I could feel and sense that was also my spirit team and the universe and Source's way of getting me to pay even more attention and to, connect with that. And because I'm at the point where I have worked through and moved through and healed through so many things, part of, another beautiful effect from all of that is that I have such faith and trust in myself and in my own intuitive skills and intuition than I had in years past, when I think back. And so there was a really deep part of me that could recognize as well that her having the same name as my younger sister was another great clue of like, pay attention. Don't let her offer slip away. So yeah, and and that's something I'll share as well, that each of us has, and each of the parts that make us us do for us. We receive signs, we receive signals, we receive symbols and patterns all the time. And if you're noticing, or if if you're noticing, if you notice, if you have noticed things in your life where the same um, coincidences, you might call them, or synchronicities, events, patterns, if they keep popping up and there's a part of you thinking, God, that's so weird, that's happening again. I wonder why I saw that again. How funny that they're talking about this and I was just thinking about it the other day. None of these things are coincidences. Those types of patterns, those types of occurrences happening, they are there for a reason. All of this is the universe's, sources, and your spirit teams, your energies, way of getting you to pay attention. So pay attention to these signs. Pay attention to these symbols, these patterns. If there's something within you thinking, that's so strange, I wonder what's going on there, pay attention to that. Look into it. Ask yourself, what is going on there? Maybe start researching things online, or ask, other people if they know more about whatever it is you're noticing. Maybe it's a new technique. Maybe it's a class. Maybe it's a place to check out, that could help you with maybe your life goals or business goals or spiritual goals. Pay attention to these things because they are not happening for no reason at all. There is a reason and a purpose and a rhythm and a rhyme to all these things. And the universe really does speak to us all the time. And all the parts of us, all the parts for me, all the parts for you, they really are cheering us each on every step of the way. So I encourage you to, just start thinking if there are spaces and places for you where you have been noticing synchronicities, where you keep seeing patterns or, topics coming up again and again, or, something you've just been thinking about and then someone else is talking about it. Pay attention to all of those things and really start to ask yourself, is there something there? Is there something there? Because also, just you and asking those questions will help more synchronicities to come up. Because if there is something for you to pay attention or to know about all of those, all of those things happening again and again, you asking that question of, I wonder what that's about? Is this something I need to pay attention to? Just that question states your intention that you would like to receive clarity on what is going on for you. And the universe will answer you back. Your spirit team will answer you back. Source will answer you back. So yes, be willing to ask questions as well. Be curious. Be curious about your own life, your own path. And, really open yourself up to whatever the universe has in store. We live in such a remarkable, beautiful, amazing world. We really, really do. Last night was my last night for where I was house and pet sitting, the second place I was in Spain. And went out for an incredible meal, few drinks with the homeowner, some of her friends I had met, some new people this was my first time meeting them. And it ended up being, which doesn't surprise me, so many things are like this. It ended up being one of the best evenings, one of the most beautiful evenings. Really deep connections, synchronicities. Topics of conversation came up that I was not anticipating, and I could see and I could sense that the others weren't anticipating either. But it got really, really deep, really meaningful, really quickly. And, and it ended with hugs shared, and just these loving, heartfelt hugs and others wanting to stay in touch with me, and, one woman sharing with me. And it's just, all of this touches my heart so much. I really am. Again, I'm so grateful for everything in life. I'm grateful for all of you who watch these videos and write and share with me, send me messages, or in my Facebook group that I host, and let me know how these things touch you. I'm grateful for all of you too. And so last night, before the homeowner and I went back to her place, where I was sleeping on her spare bed, and her friend gave me this most amazing hug, the most loving, most incredible hug. And her friend said to me, she said, you are beautiful. You have so much love. So much love. And I could see it in her eyes. I could see how much she meant and felt what her words were saying, what she was saying. And it made me feel so happy, so connected with her, with the world. This woman who I only met for that evening, and yet there's so many incredible things in common, so many deep truths, spiritual beliefs held in common, and she's such a beautiful soul as well. And and that kind of thing, that happens all the time. It happens for each of us all the time. It happens for you all the time. But, part of what can happen is if we're not aware of how beautiful situations like that are, if we're not as cognizant, I suppose, or have our eyes opened as much, and that these really are divine synchronicities, it's not just coincidence when such things take place. Sometimes we forget. Sometimes we can forget how beautiful this world and universe really is. And so that's a gift as well, to remind ourselves, for you to remind yourself of the wonders and the beauty that this world really does hold, this life holds for each and every one of us, and feeling that compassion, feeling that gratitude, feeling that beautiful, deep appreciation and gratitude for where we are, everything that's happening to us. Even things that may seem and feel difficult, that's there for a reason too. It is teaching you something. There's a lesson there, there's a rhyme, there's a reason, there's something for you to move through. And when you do, you will come on the other side so much the greater. You already are great. It will just be you times 1,000. And, and that's another thing of how it all works for each of us, that every experience, every situation, every conversation, every thought, pattern, belief, all of it is there for a reason, for a purpose. And sometimes those reasons and purposes can be that it's something for us to move through, to heal, so that we can let it go. Sometimes it's something that is helping us to have a deeper, more meaningful and fuller appreciation and conscious awareness of where we are in life, what our space is, what our energy is, and why we are here, specifically in these bodies, in these geographical locations, with the families and the friends that we have, with the thoughts that we have of the things we like to do and like to achieve. It's so magical and so beautiful when we are able to open our eyes to all the messages the universe and the gifts that the universe has for us. All the wonders this life and this world has in store. So I hope this has given you some beautiful food for thought, everyone, and I'm thinking so much of each and every one of you. I'll share with you, I have been guided to create a offer for each of you, and it is a 24-hour flash sale. I'm very, very excited about this. Only 88 pounds for 40 minutes mini session. It's actually more than a mini session, so I'm giving you extra. And these are one-to-one sessions with me for you. Whatever it is you'd like to work on, whatever it is you'd like to receive clarity on, direction, whatever it is you'd like to release and let go, I am here for you. I am here to hold your hand, literally, metaphorically, energetically. I am here to hold space. I'm a conduit, a channel. That's one of my natural gifts, is channeling, which means that I'm able to pick up on and energies move through me. Your energies, source and spirits, etc. I'm able to be this conduit so that whatever needs to come through can come through. And I'm so excited about these sessions because I know how powerful this stuff is. I've had so many clients, honestly, say to me from even the very beginning, even before I started coaching, telling me how much these things have helped them, how much receiving answers has helped them, how much releasing things has relieved them of pressure. These burdens that they felt that they had to carry, things some of them have felt ashamed of and were carrying and holding deeply inside, out of fear, out of worry. And I know from what all these incredible people who I'm so grateful I've been able to help, I know from their own words how much these sessions can help and do help. And so I'm really excited to share with each and every one of you this 24-hour flash sale opportunity, one-to-one, truly transformational sessions for me and you. So again, it's with whatever you'd like to work on, whatever it is that you would like to be better, to be different, to change. If you're ever wondering, why aren't I moving in the direction I'd like to be? If you're wondering what your personal patterns are, your triggers, why do you have certain fears, certain worries? Why are things difficult? And it's whether it's in life, business, your spiritual path, your relationships, and more. I have so many tools for my toolbox and toolkit, and it really is why I am here. My number one soul gift I've realized is healer. I received that in recent months, and it makes perfect sense. It makes so much sense to me of why I have all the gifts that I have, why I've had the interest to do all the trainings I have, why I have felt so called to do this work and to be of service in this world in this way, even, though there have been difficult times. I've had my own hurdles. I've had my own difficulties, and, and I haven't given up, and I never will give up. Because I know it's what I am called here to do. To be a help to you. To be a help in this world. And, with being a healer, being my number one soul gift, I'm so grateful to have received that insight as well. Because, again, not only does it clarify and make so much sense of a lot of things for me on a personal level, but it also means, because I know how, I have the tools and skill set, I know how to connect and bring in directly to strengthen that healing, healer energy. And all of it means that I am here to help you, and that I'm able to help you that much more greatly too. With so much strength, so much intention, and such abundant awareness and caring for you, your journey, wherever you are, whatever you specifically, you alone would like to do and like to achieve. Not what people are around you are telling you you need to do, not what you feel like you should do because of XXY, but what you deep down are here for. I am here to help you to move through things, to heal, and move through any pain, worries, blocks, to release all those so that you can achieve what you have been brought here for, so that you can make your dreams happen in a realistic, tangible way. And it means the world for me to be able to do that for you. So again, that flash sale, £88 for 40-minute sessions. This is an incredible offer because you will receive results like that. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not overplaying it. That's just how it happens and how it has for a really long time in client sessions that I've had for so many incredible souls. And that flash sale of £88 for a 40-minute session is available only until midnight tomorrow, which is Sunday, the 25th of June. So book yourself in. I'll put a link below this video so you can do that also. And if any of you have any questions, if there's anything you'd like to know, please, please, please send me a message. Don't delay. Move fast on this. If you're feeling called, if you're feeling guided, there's a reason for that as well. The universe speaks to us. Source speaks to us. Your spirit team speaks to you. As each of our spirit teams speak to us. And if there's any aspect or part of you wondering if this is right for you, feeling guided, take action. Take action, and you will be so happy that you did. There's a phrase I'll end with of, do something today that your future self will thank you for. And I think that's so beautiful. It's such an incredible way of putting it, because our future selves are with us too. The energy of your future you is here with you in your present day. And that future you wants you to succeed, wants you to achieve, wants you to be able to heal, move through, and then to be able to bring in all the things you have always wanted into each and every single space of you, all your energy and in between. So again, I'll put the link for how you can book your sessions, and this is available for as many as you'd like to book up until midnight tomorrow, Sunday the 25th. All right, I'm thinking of each and every one of you. I'm sending you so much love, and I hope that today, as with every Sunday sermon and everything that I do, that it's given you some beautiful food for thought, some great nuggets to sink your teeth into a bit and, twirl around, get some of your brain, your mind wheels going. And I hope that this has been a help to you, as always. All right, I'm thinking of each and every one of you and sending you so much love. Enjoy your weekend, everyone. Bye.